Okay, so what we are trying to understand is what is website generally. So websites are of two types. One is static websites and normally are dynamic websites. So how we generally understand things is like, let's say I'm searching for sashwas.com. This is one of the website which is a company website, let's say, and we need to find out like it's a static or dynamic for now. So like generally if I look the content, so I can feel that it is a static website. Static website ante enti damai ante like it is like data is remains as it is, it will not change. అది ఊకే మారదన్నమాట డేటా. అర్థమైందా మీకు? సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ డేటా ఊకే మారట్లేదు అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అ స్టాటిక్ వెబ్సైట్ అనేది చెప్పొచ్చు. బట్ సాష్ వాజ్ని స్టాటిక్ వెబ్సైట్ అని చెప్పలేరు మీరు. ఎందుకు అంటే దిస్ ఈస్ గాట్ డెవలప్డ్ యూజింగ్ వాట్, దిస్ పేజ్, రీడ్ దిస్, using the production build of React. So it is using React actually, and React is not made for having static website, it is made for having dynamic websites. Let's say now if I search for a website like any other companies like Wipro or something, Wipro or big companies now, what websites we have? Click anything, right? Any college website you have? మీ కాలేజ్ పేరు ఏంటిది? what NNR ఇదేనా? Okay, so let's find out on the website. So if you come here you can see this https://nnrgedu.in. so this is one of the domain. If I click this, so this is one of the website. So this website is, see, this is like very not modern UI UX, but it is a normal website. So it has a content, so we don't know what content it has, like dynamic or static or something like that, but the websites are this. So examples of websites are this. Now we understand. Now let me build a simple static website in a starting. When I understand that simple website, then what I can do is I can build dynamic websites more faster. So I'm building that now. So let me create a folder. Okay, so let me create one folder on desktop. I have already HTML websites, right? This is the code. So let me open this in a VS Code. So we generally use VS Code. So where is my VS Code? Here. Okay, open HTML website, this one. So what I have just done is I'll remove everything. Okay, so we don't have nothing, zero here, files. So I want to build any website, so definitely I need to know two different languages. One is HTML language called as hypertext markup language, right? And it helps us to like write the language in terms of tagging. So you have a open tag, you have a close tag. When I write, you will understand. Second is CSS. CSS helps to design that, actually give the styles for your content. So any content you can display on browser and you can style that content using CSS. So two things we understand. Now I'll just create one file which is index.html. This is a main file, and another file I'll create which is index.css. Okay, normal CSS. So now there is a boilerplate code, like people say blueprint code. So that there is an existing syntax, existing code. So to get that existing code, you write HTML5. So this is the shortcut. So you will get your basic code. Now there is always a body in HTML. So under body, what you do is you start writing something. So let's start with h1. So there is a tag called h1 in HTML, actually helps you to display some content on the browser. You understand? So now let's say welcome to HTML. So when I do this welcome to HTML and I need to run this application now on which platform? On browser. So the websites are made for only browser applications. So it's not like an Android app or something, it's a website. So web means you should open on website. Now what I'll try to do is I'll copy this path. What I'll do is copy path and you paste it on a URL bar. So this is the URL. You can search Google or type a URL, Control V and paste. So this is the basic website we have created, and this website is also called as document object model now. So this is one of the DOM created by browser. So we are getting some sense that कुछ भी नहीं है भाई, HTML में h1 लिखो and you got the output, simple line. Okay, next the major part comes. Now this h1 doesn't look clean or doesn't have any styles to it. So now I need to add some styles for my h1 content. How? Now using which language we told? CSS. So what is the full form of CSS now? Can anyone answer me? What is the full form of CSS?
Cascading styles.
Correct. So it's a cascading style sheet which helps us to style this content whatever way we want. Like you can have this into a red color, you can animate it, you can just bring it to the center, you can just have the good space around it, right? You are understanding, right? The style means what? Making it prettier. So that how you can build it. So now let's say CSS has nothing, it won't have anything. So now we'll write some code in CSS now. How to write code in CSS is, see, if I have a h1, I'll take a h1. Which tag I have used in my HTML? h1. So I am using what? h1 here. So this code formats, you can see this is the code structure here. So you will have h1, you will have a flower bracket open and close. Inside a flower bracket you have your property and its value. So what is the property? Let's say color is one of the property, CSS property, and I'll have my red color here. So this is the coding syntax we write for CSS. You got it? Great. So now this h1 needs to be in red color now because this is tagged with h1, right? It is created with h1, but now it is not reflecting. You see, I am refreshing it, but it is not reflecting because this is a different language, this is a different language, and they both are not communicating each other and they are not connected each other. So how to connect is the second question. So I am solving one problem. The first problem is writing a basic code, whole code. Second problem is writing a body content using h1, where h1 is an open tag and a close tag and a content. Correct? So this is the second problem. And third problem I solved is how to add the CSS color and what is the coding style, how to write the code. We have done this. Why I have taken h1? Because of using h1 here. Very good. So now I am solving a problem of connecting these two files. So now there is a syntax called link, right? So you can type a link and you get a suggestion called link : CSS. Now when you type this, you get your CSS automatically get linked. Here this is a tag, but it won't have an open tag and close tag. You understood this? It's a self-closing tag, right? A general English only, right? Nothing. I have an open tag and a close tag. This is normal open and close tag, and this part of the code is called as element. What is element now? Open tag, content and close tag. You understand what is element now? Archana, what is element now?
Open tag, content and close it tag.
Great. So this is what the element now. And now I'll show you the real element. Like see here, this is the website. When I click inspect, this inspect helps us to get the HTML data, HTML content. See, this is completely elements. Elements means whole HTML stuff. When you see here, they have written in body. See, in body, they have like lot of things like you have divs and blah blah blah. They can use lot of tags and stuff to make this website look like this. So now a simple problem we solved is like h1, and here you see link is a self-closed tag. You need to remember this link, and you need to remember rel also because it represents like you are using that cascading style sheet language. And what is this href? Href is a path of your file. So always do one thing in any programming language. If you are developing Python or anything, you use dot slash. This is the best way to find a path. If I don't find my file here, I can use double dot slash. Okay, first go with single dot slash, you will find your file. If you don't find, go with double dot slash, you will find a forward folder path. Okay, so that is how we check generally. So dot slash, I have my file here, I have connected this. So clear, my fourth problem is solved now. So I have used link, I have used this syntactical way to connect my file. Now the code has this control S, we have done control S here also. Now if I come here and if I reload this should reflect. Good, right? My CSS is working so clean. Now you need to think, there is a color theory also. why to use red, why to use blue, why to use black. Designing is really crazy, like people don't understand why, like I just need a website, I'll do whatever I want and this that will be so great. That doesn't work. So you need to understand basic color theory as well. So read it personally, like go to chat gpt, ask him, bro, explain me basic color theory. So like when I make websites, I'll care about it. Like if I'm making hospital website, I'll use the theme called blue color intensity or some trust, pink uses normally trust. So have the knowledge of that color theory as well. Okay, nice. So now what I'm trying to do is I want to make a basic page. What page I want to use now is navigation bar. I can build navigation bar, or I can build hero section. Example, what you call hero section here. This is a website. In this website, this top portion is called as navigation bar and the second portion is called as hero section. So this part, this is left content, and here why we are not getting video here. There was a video should play here, maybe it is taking time or it blocked or something should happen. So this is the what you call hero section. Then you got your services section, right? Then you got your like how we work section. So you define your website in a layout structure, like oh, this is navigation bar, this is a side navigation bar, this is a right side navigation bar, and you decide like this is a footer section. So this is the knowledge we should have what we are building. Okay, awesome. So now what we'll try to do is I'll build my hero section with a like left side some content and right side some content. I'll just show you how I'll write. So I'm not using ChatGPT, right? So definitely you should also learn. So I'll close this now. I'll recheck my website. Key is getting clean, all clear. Now first thing I'll develop is this part. See here, this part is document. It is looking here. So we see here, it is not looking document. Here also it is not looking. So we need to know how to change this value also. How to change that value? This value is here written in a which tag? In which tag it is written? Title tag. So now what I'll type is I'll type like welcome to my world. So this is what I type, and if I refresh here, you got it. So the first part we understood where to change. Second part, now this is a page inside a body. Inside a body, now have a div. Everything from today is div for you. You understand? Everything from today is div for you. So now the first thing is div. So for me now, whole section, this whole white section is considered as what? Div. Div is division, dividing your layout. Okay. So now inside this div, I want two divs. One is this box and another one is this box. So how many divs I need to create now? Two divs. This is the first div. So I'll write div 1, and here is another div called div 2. If I open and if I see, I got my div 1 and div 2. Now the best part, what I need to understand is, see, hero section comes side by side, not top bottom, right? So this is a concept where you need to understand what is inline element and what is block level element. So these are the block level elements. Div 1 is a block level element, means it occupies whole space of a document. That's where we are getting div 2 under it, bottom. It is not coming side. Okay. Now I have another elements. Let's say I'll block this. I commented this, means it will not work. Now I'll write two span elements. There is a span called span 1 and there is another span, right, called span 2. So how it looks now? Observe this. It look like, if I refresh now, it should come as one after other or side by side. That is the question. So it should come side by side. So now I understand the difference of block level and inline. Inline means this, which looks side by side. Block level means this one, which comes one after another. So now I got a very good understanding of like how to create. So I'll try to create the spans now. Let's say only spans. I'll not use div inside. I'll use a major div, but I'll use a spans. Now I got, right? So now I can have width and like you can have CSS and you can just write your content. So what happens now? Like left side navigation, like content, and right side content you will get. Simple. So now like maybe here under span 1, let's say I have h1 which says welcome to my world. Okay, and after h1 I have a p tag. P means a small paragraph, you can write. Here you see the technology changing lives for better life, something like that. I'm putting random stuff, so I can reload, I can see this. Cool, right? H1, why it is coming h1 red? Because our css still we have h1 code. And span 2, so now I can write span 2, like inside span 2 again I'll have only image, let's say. Okay, image, like I can use image tag this way. So these are the tags, like you need to understand and you need to try to use this. Okay, source. So what the source now? Dot slash, find the image. I don't have image here, right? Double dot slash, do I have image? I have some image, screenshot. Okay, I am picking my screenshot and let's see what happens. I got my image, very good. So I got my data and I got my image, but now the image size is overloaded. So let's have its width, like let's have 400 px. Okay, let's see, save and reload. I got my 400 width. So things are working out, right? I'm understanding. These are like not complicated stuff. You can understand it, what it is doing. So this span and this span is happening fine, but we still don't see side by side. It's one after another because it's still taking as like what you call block level structure only. So you need to modify that using CSS property. Okay, so I'm telling that in a quicker way. So now I will change everything into div. So don't use span, because use only divs. So this is the first div. Yeah, it may be a little rush, but it's fine. After that you can see this video, so it will help you. So one parent div we have, inside one child div we have, and another child div. You understanding? So this is the first white box is a div. This content is in a one div, and this content is in a second div. Now these two divs by definition are what they called as block level elements. So now let's make these two divs as a inline elements. Okay, so you need to write a class here. There is a class attribute. So this is the attribute name, class. You can have box1. So you have a box1. So now the box1 class name can be used here. So how to write box1 flower bracket open close, and there is a property called display flex. This is the property, but box1 is not in a orange color, so it is not working. So how it works is, when you use class name, you need to use a operator called dot. So this is how you write. In index.html I have used a div. In div I have given a class is equal to box1 is a name, and here I am using dot box1 to write my CSS. Cool. So now if I do, I got my side by side view. Awesome, right? So this is the greatest, like I just love it. Now if you have this justify content, there is another property and it is a center. If you use this, now if you see, you got center. Cool. So now I made my home page, so now you don't need to worry. So let's summarize this now, what I have just done. So I have written a parent div, I have written two boxes in it, two divs, and these two divs are by definition one after other. By definition they should block level. And now when you make this class here, like when you write this class here, after here with these two properties, this is the outcome we get. Flex is helping to side by side, and it is helping us to get the center. This needs to be remembered now. No questions asked here. So this is cool. So this is how HTML gets started now, and CSS gets started. Now I'll give a simple example. If you want to make this section, what you'll do? This is a one div, and write this is as an P, this is as an H1, this is again an H1, this is again an H1. These are the div, or you can write this is in div, this is in div, this is in div, this is in div. Then another div. In that div, you will have like div1, div2, div3, right? And you make flex. It will automatically come. So now makes sense like how divisions are made and how we are writing our HTML codes. So I am good with this section, with this part of explanation now. So let me tell, like now ask questions now, what you understand till now. I was little fast, I think, but it's fine, right? So Archie, makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this part you've done already, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool. So how you feel, like it's better, right? Like
Yeah, it was like better comparatively, like
Okay, what you
learning
said.
from learning from others.
Yeah, yeah, cool. So this becomes like now easy to think actually any page. So like,
Hmm.
and then you can start building now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So next, like Achana or anyone have questions here?